All right, fam, it's your brother Assad, and we are back again with another quick video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so that you'll be notified when we drop new material on this channel. Secondly, in terms of housekeeping, I gotta give a special and a significant and a particular and a peculiar shout out to my South African family for all the love you guys have shown this channel. My wife, myself, my children. We greatly appreciate it. Third, in terms of housekeeping, bam, 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 just like that. Bam, 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 just like that. I got to give a special and a significant and a particular and a peculiar shout out to the rest of the family, to the Texas family, the Louisiana family, the New Orleans family, because there's two separate things. We see y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Fourth, in terms of housekeeping. Now, over the last 3 years here in South Africa.
It's been 3 years? Yeah.
It's been 3 years. We made 3 years. We're going to talk about that momentarily in a few. But over the last 3 years, I have been working to what? To bridge the gap. I've been working to what? To bridge the gap. To what? Bridge the gap. That's that Dr. Umar.
I was like, why are you saying this like that many times? What's going on?
Umar always does. You know, we talked about this last night. The psychological impact of the repetitive three. Right? You say something 3 times, it sticks in people's mind. Right? That's why Umar does that. So when you watch Umar, he'll say something. I don't have any money.
No, we heard you the first time.
I need your money. And he said 3 times, you're going to remember that.
You've been connecting people.
But over the last 3 years, I have been connecting people. Not people. I've been connecting institutions in the United States to an institution here in South Africa, to the University of Witwatersrand. So I've connected HBCUs, and I'm talking Howard, Morgan State, Tuskegee University, Xavier University, Dillard University, SUNO. Y'all know what SUNO is. That's Southern University at New Orleans. Who else have I connected? Morehouse. All of these great black institutions. Even moved into primarily white institutions. Georgia State, Florida.
Or no?
No, it was Florida State at Jacksonville, something like that. I forgot what school. You know. But now we are offering what I like to call diaspora travel experiences. This is beyond just the academicians, beyond just the students. You know, we looked up, we got 10 professors here. We got 20 students there. We got 15 professors over here. And it seems so exclusive. But we're not trying to move away from exclusivity. We're just going to be a little more inclusive. So now we have diaspora travel experiences with your brother Assad. And what I mean, we're talking to the creatives. We're talking to the social entrepreneurs, to the lay historian, to the lay cultural expert who's interested in more meaningful kind of travel, not just leisure, but more meaningful travel, connecting to the institutions, to the professors to the institutions of higher learning, connecting to the professors, connecting to the people of South Africa, because that's South Africa's greatest gift. That's South Africa's greatest resource. It's not the diamonds. It's not the, what else they got?
It's not the elephants?
No, indeed, no. No, indeed. Oh, Lord, my finger.
No.
No, indeed, no. It is the people. Connecting to the people. That's the greatest resource. And so these experiences are designed, small groups, 10 people. We don't want 20 and 30 people or whatever have you. Because as you know, in a classroom, they tell you the student to teacher ratio. Right? Student to teacher ratio is important and it impacts the learner's experience. So we don't want 40 and 50 people. These diaspora travel experiences with your brother, small group, 10 people, 10 days. And we got it. We got some good stuff. Yeah, not only connecting with the people of South Africa, connecting to the culture. So you will leave here saying, Going back home and say, well, yeah, I went to South Africa. Did you meet any South Africans? Tell me what they like. Tell me about their culture. Tell me what. And you talking about, well, Melrose Ark is nice. Oh,
Melrose
Lord.
Ark is nice.
But Melrose Ark is nice.
Melrose Ark is nice.
But it's the people.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, connecting with, for those African Americans, the African American creative, the African American educator, again, the African American professional, the amateur or social entrepreneur, those individuals, you can also connect with the African American community that's also living here. So that's part of the experience, is to connect, to bridge the gap. Bam, bam, bam. Just like that. So for more information, I'll leave a link. Man, my arm's starting to hurt.
I'm saying, you wiggling.
Ooh, Lord. I got to stand up. Hold on. My arm was hurting, getting tired.
That's why Aiden makes fun of us for not.
I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that. This is a YouTube video. It's YouTube video. So I will leave a link in the description about the diaspora travel. What 3 years?
3 years.
We have made 3 years here in, boy, time so fly when you're having fun. I'm gonna say it one more time. Time so
you don't need to say that 3 times. Y'all get it.
Time flies when you're having fun. It really seems like we're still brand new here.
You think?
That's what I feel.
You still feel brand new?
Well, I mean, I know stuff, but it's like,
yeah,
I don't feel like, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I lived in one city for 43 years.
True.
So I feel like,
so this is like a little bit of a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, compared to, you know, like I only know like how to get from, you know, here to maybe Santon, and you know, without putting it in GPS. You know what I'm saying? Right.
But here's the thing: will you? I don't know. So I kind of get what you're saying. Will you ever feel
at home?
At home, home.
I think if you came here, if we would have come when we were 20 like and you 40 young. Now, you'd be like, well, I spent 20 years in the United States and I spent 20 years here. Yeah. So if I lived to be 80, maybe 86, 83, then maybe I'll feel like that. But home is home has textured. Home, the meaning of home is textured. You can walk into your house and feel at home. So every time I walk into my house, I feel at home. But do I feel the same sense of connection to here as I do to New Orleans? That's impossible.
No,
that's impossible. It's you know, New Orleans is part of my identity. Yeah. You know, I will always be a New Orleanian because I was born there. But you have people who come to the continent, they feel a sense of home, a sense of connection, a sense of the return. That's a new phrase, right? The return. Yeah. They feel that longing to return, and when they arrive, they feel they have returned, and there's something about that. Yeah. Right? There's something about that, you know.
It's like interactions with institutions can feel like home too. Like, had we gone to school here, had we had jobs, you're at the university, so you're a little bit more connected to the university. But like, I don't necessarily work here, so I didn't build all the work friendships and the work culture that helps you feel like a place is part of your identity. Those connections that you make, you know, right outside of that.
So there's a you know, it's an interesting question. Yeah, I think it's an unfair question. You can't compare, you know, you just can't compare 40 years in a place to 3 years in a place. But it's just unfair. It's unfair.
But you know, that's what I mean when I say for 3 years. Same amount of time. I feel absolutely no connection to Montgomery. Yeah. At all. I go back there and forgot half of it.
Yeah, see, I've lived in 2 cities in my entire life, New Orleans and Johannesburg. I've never lived anywhere else. So that's the only things that I can.
A quick stint in Baton Rouge.
No, I don't claim that. How you gonna throw that like I claim that? We was in exile. Them people, our city was underwater.
You still haven't lived there for a while.
We were in exile, man. You know, like the people here for apartheid. We had to go into exile. We was in exile. Yeah, no. I don't claim that time in Baton Rouge. Shout out to Baton Rouge.
You still lived there for a stint, though.
Yeah, but let me tell y'all. So this year, this month right here, August, August 29th will be the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. If you want to find out more about my experiences during Hurricane Katrina, Find Home Again. The book is still out there. The book is still out there. Find Home Again. But let me tell you about the relationship with the city. The city was under the wall, under the water. City was underwater on August 29th. I don't think it actually cleared out. So this is that. So this is the time that I was living outside of New Orleans from maybe about August 27th. It was like 2 days before I left. 2 days before the storm. I think I left 3 days before the storm. And went to Houston for what I thought would be a vacation. You know, just a hurricane vacation. Like school, work gonna be closed. You know, whatever. We'll go out and have a good time. But anyway, so the city flooded, and then it was about maybe 2 months. It took like October sometime before they opened the city again. All I know is I moved back to New Orleans in December. They didn't have lights. I moved back to New Orleans in December. I'm talking about half the city was still dark. They still had houses and stuff in the street and debris, and it still smelled like death. And they were still discovering bodies and stuff like that. But that's yeah, I went back.
I was gonna say a lovely conversation. Someone's pushing their child.
I ain't tell her to bring her behind this way. Shit, she ain't invited to the conversation. But
but it just took such a sad turn very
no,
quickly.
no, I'm just saying.
Home.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So as we get into the idea of home, is like there's the pre-Katrina home, post-Katrina home, right? For me, and the pre-Katrina home had died. It died on August 29th.
Yeah, it went away with that storm.
It died on August 29th, 2005. So for the last from August 29th, 2005 into August 2022, I had been trying to find home. That's why the book is called Find Home Again, right? Like that place that I grew up, that place that stuff drowned. That don't exist no more. It don't exist in my memory, and in this relentless desire, this relentless desire to capture a fleeting memory. That was poetic, huh?
Like that.
Yeah, y'all like that. Off the top, that boy gangster, you know.
But things are always in flux, and things are always changing.
Yeah,
you know.
But no,
I mean, I grew up in San Antonio. It's not the same as when I was a kid. They've developed so much. Things have changed so much. So nothing stays the same forever.
Had they not drowned the city, New Orleans would still been the same.
There would have been differences, sure.
A little bit, but like a store closed and something else open. But
I'm not comparing. I know schools went away, all kind of
everything.
Stuff,
yeah.
Just putting a slightly different perspective that nothing stays the same.
Well, coming here, so it was like establishing a new home. It's like
clean slate.
Clean slate.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It's like and I can appreciate. So let me tell you the stages you go through when you move to. I guess when you move to a new city, this is how I figured this. So let me tell you the stages I went through. First, you look, everything is through rose-colored glasses. The first stage is everything is phenomenal. And you can't. This is the best place, Johannesburg. You can't
do
blah blah blah.
everything better.
Yeah, everything.
The air was clear.
Man,
the food's fresher.
Yeah, the water wetter.
The children are better.
Yeah, everything. You just looking through it through rose. You just looking at it through rose-colored glasses. You don't see the imperfections as much. Like I'm gonna say I didn't see them at first, but
it didn't bother you.
It didn't really bother you.
Vacay mode.
That part, right? So a lot of times you're going back anyway. So you're not looking at like city infrastructure because it don't really impact you when you're visiting. Like when we not saying like when we first moved, but when you're visiting, you're not looking at city services. You don't care about city services. You don't have to deal with it. You just come in to visit, right? Yeah, you just come in to visit, have a good time, eat some good food.
You're not dealing with the police.
Right. Asking for cold drinks. Yeah. So that's the first stage. The second stage is like once you get here. So I think the first stage probably lasts about a good year.
Oh, it lasted a while.
Yeah, it lasted a while.
Yeah.
You were in vacation because you still learn. It's so much to learn. It's a huge city, so you're learning things. Your first time at the theater, and it's like, oh wow, we got a theater. This is just great. This is just great.
We went to a play.
Yeah, like we ain't never been to a play before, right? And so, but then you start moving from new immigrant to invested immigrant. That's the language I want to use, right? You start buying property and living and having to pay tax and having to deal with the city of Joburg and having to deal with the things that everyday South Africans have to deal with. Maybe not every day, but the typical South African who live a certain lifestyle, right? So you got to deal with all of that stuff. You got to deal with the traffic going to work in the morning. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? So then then it become that invested stuff, and you start complaining about like, can't leave, the traffic too much. This ain't right. That ain't right. They need to do this, blah 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 blah, because you live in here now.
Yeah.
We're invested in here now. So it's like, and you're impacted by the same stuff that everyday people are impacted by. Like, you hit a pothole in your car, you be like, God damn, why don't they fix the pothole? What's going on?
Skyrocketing utility bills in the winter.
I really think they target estate livers. And that's unfair. That's unfair. We already pay more in tax. That's the truth. Let's call a spade a spade. We already pay more in tax, and now you're going to charge us more for utilities?
Okay, phases though.
Yeah.
Get too far off track.
So then, I think the third phase is acceptance of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we hit the third phase. I don't know if we did or if
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like we're unaccepting. It's kind of just like.
Well, no, I think there was a lot of times when I was pushing back. They need to do this like this and blah 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 blah.
I was never there.
Yeah, I was there. I was there, like, because in America, or in Lord, I hate saying in America, in New Orleans, they did it like this. In the States, they do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Why they ain't got this process in place or whatever, blah 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 blah. And then you're like, you can't fight against no whole system. If it's set up like that, it's set up like that. So you either got to work with it,
and you can go home.
Right. Or, trying to work against it, you're going to just wear yourself out and get a headache. So I'd be like, okay, so now I think we're at the point of accepting. How long it take to get your lights turned on or turned off in one place and turned on in another place, right? Why do I have to pay a third party to go and stand down at the city of Joburg to do that for me, right?
You don't have to. That's the thing.
That's just the problem.
Facilitate a process happening faster.
Right, but why should it take 6 months? Oh, I'm sorry, hurting your leg. Yeah, but why would it take 6 months? To get a refund. Like I'm owed a refund from a property that I own and that I sold. I sold the property. They made me prepay in the process of selling the property. They made me prepay utilities, whatever, 3 months in advance.
And it sold quickly.
It sold very quickly. So now you owe me my money back. But I gotta pay somebody else to go stand down. Why don't you just cut the check?
I'm saying.
Why don't you just? So I'm still in phase 2.
Reverse it to the account
that paid it from, right?
Just send it right back.
You send it back. You. It's not your money. It's my money.
My goodness, people trying to have a nice day at the park. And
I'm sorry. Yelling? I'm sorry, but the people playing with your money is like playing with my emotions.
Things got quiet. They were cleaning and everything, and all of a sudden,
who?
They're like, "Why are they out there yelling like
who
this?"
Cleaning? I don't see nobody.
I heard a thing going, a vacuum going, and it stopped as soon as you started yelling. They were probably like, "What's happening?"
You don't think maybe she was finished vacuuming the room?
No.
No, you think it was
disturbing the peace? It was you.
well.
But despite all of that, because so when we first moved here, we used to say, "Man, South Africa's so hard on South Africa. They criticize it so bad, blah blah blah." I don't know. You starting to sound a little bit like them, man. I mean,
yeah, you start playing with my money. Yeah, as long as I ain't had no money involved.
Pull that back.
As long as I had no money involved, it was all good. Y'all too hard on South Africa. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta poke your chest out and be happy pride. When you start playing with my money, I'm with y'all now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bottom line. What's the bottom line? No place on earth is perfect.
No place on
You
earth is
trade
perfect.
in one set of challenges for another.
Yeah, absolutely. I want
But
my
I'd
money
trade
back.
it in again. I
Yeah.
would.
Oh yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
right back here if I could do it all over.
Not
I'd
not
do the same thing.
especially the way it look in the United States right now.
Ooh.
I mean, now in comparison, yeah, we're gonna do a comparative analysis. Well, yeah, I'm good here. You know what I'm saying? But I want my money. Yeah, I'll laugh, and if I tell you how much it is, y'all be like, "Yeah, give Doc his money."
It's a good amount.
Yeah, y'all. And again, we ain't talking no 2,000 rand.
We didn't get a chance to rejoice with them about the sale of that property.
Oh, yeah, I hated that property.
Oof.
I hated that property. Really, I was thinking about burning it down, getting the insurance money. I'm so glad I sold that property. Dear God.
Y'all.
Oh, it was in Mount. Y'all know what Malvern is? I used to advertise it on here like, yeah, we got some apartments in Malvern. Woo, Lord, I used to hate going down there. Jesus Christ.
It was always a problem.
Every day.
Always. And not even like the residents so much as like the company, the management company.
Management company, but somebody got killed there.
Oh, towards the end. It was
Towards
already
the end. It was already under contract. Look.
It was already under contract. Look. So
I'm not laughing at the dead. I'm not laughing at the dead. Yeah, I'm not laughing at the dead.
It did tell me, like,
I think I was selling it.
I also used to tell, like, when people come up to me and be like, it's dangerous in South Africa, I'd be like, y'all a little paranoid, like,
yeah,
blah, blah. But that right there, I was
let
like,
you know,
yeah,
it gets real.
It goes down in South Africa.
Yeah, it gets real. So let's be clear. The house was already under contract. It was almost 2 weeks away from being transferred. But since we were still the owner and the property manager was there, we get a phone call one night and was like, sir, there's been a shooting at the spot. For real?
Right.
One resident shot another resident. And the resident that they shot was brand new. Like he was opening, because we had a commercial spot. Yeah, we had a commercial side. So it had 12 apartments and then there's a commercial space next to it. So
yeah,
this is a grown man playing with a toy. But so yeah, so he called us one night and said somebody got shot, and he asked me, did you want to send the pictures to me? Why would you? No, I don't want to see that gruesome stuff.
No,
brother.
he sent it. You just didn't look at it.
No, I didn't know. I don't want to disturb my spirit.
It was rough.
Yeah, I don't want to disturb my spirit like that.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, we're not sure. We called the police. That man was laid out. I was like, he's gone. He's gone. They're not going to pull him back from that.
Yeah.
But
I never seen enough dead bodies. You want to see a dead body? I don't want to see that. No. So yeah, so so we're glad we sold that property. I mean, we've done a lot in the 3 years that we've been here.
That was too much.
When we came here, we bought, like, I think we had 1, 2, like we had those.
We bought a few.
Yeah, we had a lot of properties, and then we unloaded all of them to buy this house. And why did we buy the properties? It was a shield, so that you can put your money in something, so you don't just spend through it.
Yeah.
So you can make a little rent money or whatever. Yeah.
Cash.
So we got liquid cash, so we were able to do that. What else? We built a nice community here. You know, when we first came, it was kind of scarce on Black Americans. You had 1 or 2 here, there, whatever have you. Now,
man,
they everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
I'm hoping some of them go back. Some of them I can't stand. Just because we come from you a Black American don't mean we rock.
That's not true.
No, it is the truth. Bro.
It is not.
It is true. I ain't gonna sit up there. I ain't gonna lie to the people.
I haven't met that many. I mean, we haven't met.
We met a lot.
We have met a lot, but you know.
Yeah, we met a lot. And
there's so many new folks that I would say I haven't met many, because there are tons of people moving, so
I mean, it's crazy at this point, like the number of Black Americans who are moving to.
What the South Africans say in the comments, they found us.
Right. Right.
We found y'all.
But tell that to the white people, they been found y'all.
We late. We late to this.
That? Tell that to the colonizers. But no, shout out to so speaking of that, there's been a lot of xenophobia back and forth between, or not xenophobia, the diaspora wars with the FBA and continental Africans and Caribbeans and Black British, and and meanwhile, Trump. That's all I gotta say. Meanwhile, these Negroes in the comments arguing back and forth with each other, and you have a white supremacist in the highest reaches of power on planet Earth, and it just seemed like we so stupid to be arguing back and forth. Um, you know, I'd point out this, and we got 5 minutes left before we go. So so shout out to our 3 years, but here's what I say. There's a book called How the Irish Became White. Right? White people were not always this inclusive group in the United States. White people meant white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. If you were Irish, if you were Catholic, if you were Jewish, if you were Greek, if you were Italian, you were Sicilian, you were not considered white in the United States. You were white adjacent. You were something like white, but you didn't have the privileges of the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. It was not until white people started feeling threatened about their numbers that they said the way that we can improve this is to become the big tent race. So all of those groups, the Jews, the Polish, the Irish, the Sicilians, the Italians, the Greeks, all of those people were folded into whiteness. They even tried to fold North Africans, Egyptians, Moroccans, and all them people into whiteness. They created a big tent for whiteness because the thing that unified them is anti-blackness. Their hate for black people unified them. So those Polish, those Irish, those Sicilians, they didn't gain any access to the privileges of the WASP initially, to the WASPies, right? The white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. They didn't initially the only thing that unified them was that they saw black people as an enemy. They hated black people. They wanted to keep black people down. Anti-blackness unified whiteness. But our own embedded anti-blackness is causing division amongst black people. Instead of looking at our historic enemy, right? Our historic enemy, colonialism, racism, and white supremacy that's being perpetuated by Europeans. Instead of looking at that and saying, we need to unify. We need to stand shoulder to shoulder. We need unity does not mean uniformity. We don't have to be all the same, but we need Polish are not the same as the Jews, are not the same as the Anglo-Saxons, right? But they were smart enough, brilliant enough, and ingenuitive enough. Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's the right word.
But keep going.
Right.
They were smart enough
to say that in their minds, their enemy is black people. We're going to stand together. We're going to unify. All of this delineation talk, all of this, whatever have you, what white people understood was that delineation is the beginning. At the end, I'm sorry, delineation is the antithesis of dominance. You cannot dominate that way. So I don't know how we got here on that part, but we are here. And I hope the lesson is learned. So if you watched this far, you a soldier. Get in? Anything else?
Nope.
All right, cool. It's been 28 minutes. I'll let you go.